5 years. This is the 5th year since Sherry and Tommy and Tim have initiated their Colorado program that we have inducted historic foosball figures into the Colorado Table Soccer Hall of Fame. Tonight we're going to add 2 new names to this prestigious list, and of course, as you all know, really there is no other state quite like Colorado when it comes to the history of foosball. More world championships, more titleists, more Hall of Famers than any other state. Several of you are in attendance here this weekend. I'd like to welcome a man who is a member of not only the Colorado State Hall of Fame, but also a charter member of the National Hall of Fame, and a guy who is really responsible for what happened here in the 70s and beyond. Please welcome the godfather of foosball, Mr. Mike Bowers.
We were there every single year. At the end of the 80s, we also had rising stars, young players coming along all the time that would just move right up the foosball ranks. Their development was fast. They learned from the best foosball players in the world because they were already here. They were right here in Colorado. If you could win a tournament in Colorado, it was easier to win out on the national tour because you didn't have to play Colorado players. They were the best. So it brings us to this place where we got to all these players that have been in with all these high pedigrees, and then we got to the point where there was 2 guys named Bob Gibson and Bob Maloney. And so another player that emanated from the Arapahoe sports team, Bob Maloney. And Bob Maloney's career was much like Bob Gibson's, meteoric rise. Once he started playing in Colorado in the local scene, his game just improved rapidly. And I got to see Bob's development because he was a Littleton guy, and he played in my game room, Doc's Foosball. And so over the course of the years, it was very rewarding for me to see Colorado players always succeed. And as I faded from the scene during the 80s, I'd maybe show up at 1 tournament a year, and that would be Worlds, and I just wanted to see what was winning. Well, about 1990 or 91, Maloney pulls a Gibson, calls me up, and he goes, "Hey, I need a partner for this Striker Championships in Southern California." And I go, "Striker?" I go, "I've never even played on a striker, it's futile for you to take me out there and help you." So anyway, Maloney talks me into getting in the car. We go out and we play in the tournament, and just like Gibson, Maloney carried me all the way through. And we get to we knock off all the seeds. We knock off the 1 seed, the 3 seed, the 5 seed, and finally it comes down to the finals, and we've got to play Bacon and Lafredo. And essentially, there was no chance of us winning. And they had a strange event happen at the tournament. Thor Donovan, who won the pickup trucks with Garrett Schirkenbach from the Springs, he gets stabbed at the tournament. And so they decided to cancel the tournament. And they said, tomorrow we'll just add 1st place prize money to 2nd place prize money. We'll split it up between the 2 of you, and we'll call it a tie. So the next morning, they said, "We're here at 10 a.m. And so at 10 a.m., Bob Maloney and I show up. Lafredo and Bacon are sleeping. And so they give us our half of the prize money. Illustrious career by Bob Maloney, deserves everything he won. But one of the key things about Bob Maloney that, and Colorado players realized it, we all knew it, Bob Maloney was the best sport that ever played the game. And I'm sure he's got these trophies at home. There's at least 5 sportsmanship trophies in his trophy case. And so when you look at Bob Maloney, respect him for what he was, for what he did, for what he is, but you should really respect him because he was the best sportsman that ever played. And I congratulate Bob Maloney on being this year's inductee in the Colorado State Hall of Fame.
Thanks, everything has already been said pretty much.
Stop.
When I started playing, like they said, like Bob, we had Tim Buckley and Bobby Benson and Zeke and Scott Kazera. My very first drawing partner at Doc Foosball, I drew Scott Kazera. And I remember that because it was just a blast. Once I got, you know how it is when you play foosball and you get hooked. I was hooked. So anyway, thanks a lot. I appreciate this award. It's the most important thing that I ever did in my life was when I married and had 2 kids. And but it took till I was in my mid-30s, so I had a lot of fun playing foosball before that. Thanks.
All right, let's have a big hand for both of our new 2017 Colorado State Hall of Fame inductees. I'm